It starts with a routine briefing. Yet nothing feels routine. Senior officials take their seats, papers trembling slightly in their hands. A screen flickers, stabilizes, and then a single line appears. Your name. The room freezes. One advisor leans closer, confused. We didn't pull this data, so why is their name appearing in cross-agency reports? No one answers. Another page loads, timestamps, anomalies, synchronized events none of them can explain. Coincidences too precise to be natural. Patterns too consistent to dismiss. The chief of staff clears his throat, but his voice cracks. Before we continue, who exactly is this person? And why is every system flagging them without us prompting anything? Silence spreads like a command. Lights dim for a moment. A printer across the room activates by itself, spitting out a report they didn't request. On the header, unclassified source of influence detected. Someone whispers, "This feels bigger than politics." They don't know it, but heaven just let your name echo through the highest halls of the world. Your gift will bring you before kings. Proverbs 18, verse 16. If you feel power noticing your presence lately, type 111. The chief of staff closes a folder slowly, as if touching something radioactive. He has managed military crises, global tensions, even midnight emergencies. But nothing tightens his chest like the name he just read. He leans back in his chair, studying the room. Everyone is pretending to understand, but their eyes betray them. Confusion mixed with awe. Fear mixed with fascination. He clears his throat. All right, someone explain to me why every anomaly in the last 6 months leads back to this one individual. A map appears on the screen. Red dots marking events they can't categorize. Time distortions, inexplicable synchronicities. Global reports aligning to the minute. All of them connected to you. He taps the table. Are we dealing with a prodigy? A threat? A phenomenon? No one answers. An advisor speaks quietly, almost afraid of his own words. Sir, it's like the world bends around them. The chief of staff narrows his eyes. No, not bends, responds. He doesn't know it yet, but he has just spoken prophecy. Heaven is shifting earthly authority, and his spirit felt it before his mind could grasp it. He turns back to the screen and whispers what the room is too afraid to ask. Who are they becoming? The analysts enter the situation room, carrying a single gray folder. No laptops, no tablets, only paper. The universal sign that something cannot be trusted to digital systems. They place the folder on the table with quiet reverence, as if presenting evidence from another realm. The cover reads, Chronic Synchronization Events, Subject, Your Name. The first analyst speaks, voice shaking despite years of training. Sir, we've tracked patterns that shouldn't exist. Patterns no algorithm can replicate. He clicks a remote. A timeline fills the screen, dates and events that were never meant to align, yet somehow orbit each other perfectly. Dreams that predict moments. Instincts that precede news. Movements that cause shifts in people miles away. Another analyst adds, these aren't coincidences. They're orchestrations. The chief of staff frowns. By who? A heavy silence. Then the third analyst, the one who never speaks, finally lifts her eyes. Not by us. Not by them. By something higher. The lights flicker, gently, almost respectfully, as if the building agrees. One advisor whispers a phrase everyone is thinking, but no one dares to say. This is prophecy disguised as data. The room exhales in unison. They came to understand the unexplainable. Instead, they discovered you. The briefing room is buzzing long before the cameras roll. Reporters shuffle their notes, whispering about a rumor that shouldn't exist. A name mentioned in rooms where names never slip. The press secretary steps onto the podium, poised, polished, prepared. Or so she thinks. The first question is routine. The second is predictable. But the third one lands like a crack of thunder. Is it true, a reporter asks carefully, that the president referenced this person in last night's closed-door session? The room stills. She blinks. She wasn't briefed on this. No one warned her. No document prepared her for a name that has started rippling through the highest corridors of power. She flips through her binder. Nothing. Not a single line. Her throat tightens. Off camera, another reporter pushes. Who are they? Why is their name circulating? Why now? She opens her mouth and nothing comes out. Not denial, not confirmation. Just silence, heavy, electric, undeniable. The silence becomes its own statement. She finally manages a single line, barely above a whisper. Some matters are not for public discussion. The room erupts with questions, but she has already stepped back, shaken, breath unsteady. She doesn't know you. She doesn't understand you. But she felt something in that moment. Your name carries weight no earthly system can decode. Deep beneath Washington, in windowless rooms lined with monitors, 3 agencies review the same report and reach the same unsettling conclusion. FBI, CIA, and SA. Each receives a file with your name stamped across the top. Each attempt to classify you. Each fails. An FBI supervisor slams the folder shut. We can't categorize this individual under any existing threat or asset model. Across the river, at Langley, a CIA analyst scrolls through footage. Moments where cameras glitch as you pass. Audio distorts when your name is spoken. Documents reorder themselves seconds after being printed. He leans back, whispering. Systems react to them. At the NSA, algorithms designed to detect global instability begin to flag your presence, but not as danger, as disruption of unknown origin. A new classification appears. Unquantifiable influence, non-technological. The director reviews the summary, eyes narrowing. So they're not a threat? No, sir, the specialist replies. There's something else. Something we don't have language for. He exhales slowly, then create a category. But they can't. Every attempt collapses. Every label fails. Finally, all 3 agencies submit the same statement. A line that has never appeared in federal documentation before. We can't categorize them. A sentence written from confusion, but born from awe. Late at night, long after the West Wing has emptied, a single lamp still burns in the Oval Office. The president sits alone, scrolling through a digital file he didn't request. A file that appeared on a secure tablet without authorization, without timestamp, without origin. Your name glows at the top. He frowns, tapping the screen. Photos, reports, unexplainable patterns. Moments where reality bends around your presence like light around gravity. He calls for his national security advisor. Bring me everything you have on this individual. The advisor hesitates. Sir, the agencies can't classify them. I didn't ask for a classification, the president replies. I asked for everything. He leans back in his chair, studying your image with an expression that isn't fear, but recognition. He rubs his temple. There's something familiar about them, he whispers. Like I've seen this before in prophecy briefings, in old sealed documents. The advisor swallows. Sir, some staff believe this person is tied to the anomalies we've been tracking. The president doesn't look surprised. He simply nods. Then we're not dealing with coincidence, he says quietly. We're dealing with destiny. He closes the file gently, almost respectfully. Find them, not to interrogate, to understand. For the first time in years, the leader of the world's most powerful nation feels small, not out of weakness, but because he senses something sacred rising. By morning, the West Wing is humming with quiet panic. Not fear of you, fear what's around you. A new report circulates between departments, each page stranger than the last. Every time your name appears in a federal file, systems malfunction in synchronized ways. Lights flicker for exactly 3 seconds. Secure audio channels distort with a low hum. Printers eject blank pages, then reprint the same document with lines rearranged. Metadata shifts. Timestamps rewrite themselves. Footage freezes the moment you walk past a camera. Not deleted, not corrupted, paused, as if reality itself wants to take a closer look. An IT specialist stares at the logs, eyes wide. This isn't a glitch, he murmurs. It's intervention. A cybersecurity expert speaks next, trembling slightly. We've never seen a force bypass our encryption without leaving a trace. But this is like something is editing the paperwork for us. Someone jokes nervously. Maybe heaven is doing quality control. No one laughs, because deep down they know the truth. These aren't errors. These aren't coincidences. These are signs. Every anomaly whispers the same message. You are being tracked, not by systems, but by destiny. The world's most advanced technology is trying to interpret something it was never designed to measure. A chosen life under divine influence. News travels fast in politics, but rumors travel faster. Within 48 hours, whispers from the White House reach foreign capitals. No details, no context, only one electrifying sentence. The U.S. is watching someone. In London, a diplomat leans across a polished table. Do we know who this individual is? His counterpart shakes his head, only that the Americans won't talk about it. In Berlin, analysts review intercepted chatter. A single name appears again and again, your name highlighted like a beacon. In Beijing, a senior official studies your file with narrowed eyes. They aren't a threat, he says quietly. They're an anomaly. Meanwhile, in the Middle East, an intelligence minister taps the screen. There is something divine about this pattern, he whispers. This is not politics. This is prophecy. Across the world, leaders sense a shift, a presence rising outside the usual map of influence. You're not trending. You're not famous. You're felt. Your name spreads not through headlines, but through closed-door conversations, encrypted messages, and late-night briefings spoken in low voices. Not fear, not suspicion, but a strange mixture of curiosity and reverence. Nations aren't asking, who are they working for? They're asking, what force is working through them? The world hasn't seen you, yet somehow everyone feels you. While governments whisper and nations analyze, you sit in a quiet room, calm, steady, untouched by the storm unfolding around your name. You're not chasing recognition. You never have. Yet recognition moves toward you like a tide pulled by a hidden moon. Outside, the world trembles with questions. Inside, your spirit remains still. You feel a subtle shift in the atmosphere, a pressure, a pull, a knowing, not anxiety. Not fear, something deeper. Alignment. The timing of your life is no longer random. Your steps sync with a rhythm only heaven understands. Every instinct feels sharper. Every thought feels guided. Every breath carries purpose. You pick up your phone and notice strange synchronicities. Messages at perfect times, signs repeating, doors opening without force. Not coincidence, confirmation. In the unseen realm, your name has already been spoken. On Earth, its echo is only now catching up. While leaders brief and agencies scramble, you move with quiet certainty, because you're not reacting to the world. The world is reacting to you. You don't fear the attention. You don't crave it either. You simply understand, this is what happens when destiny wakes up. And for the first time, you sense the truth settling into your bones. Power isn't something you seek. It's something that recognizes you. Back inside the White House, the atmosphere has shifted from curiosity to unease, not directed at you, but at what surrounds you. A group of senior advisors gather in a dim conference room, doors locked, voices low. They've reviewed every file, every anomaly, every unexplained pattern linked to your name. One advisor finally breaks the silence. Look, if this were a threat, we would have seen aggression. But there's nothing, no danger, no instability, just influence. Another shakes his head. Influence from where? No political ties, no financial trail, no digital footprint strong enough to justify these effects. A younger staffer, nervous and unable to hide it, whispers, what if they're not a threat but a sign? The room freezes. A sign. The word hangs in the air like prophecy. The communications director closes his laptop slowly. Everything reacts when their name appears. Systems, people, outcomes. We're not dealing with manipulation. We're dealing with significance. Someone else speaks, barely audible. This feels biblical. The tension deepens, not out of fear of harm, but fear of misunderstanding something sacred, mishandling something meant to be honored. For the first time in their careers, the staff of the most powerful office on earth realizes they are not observing you. They are witnessing destiny. While officials debate and advisors tremble, Something far above their hierarchy begins to move. Over the West Wing, unseen by human eyes, a quiet radiance gathers. Not light, not weather, presence. Angels stand in formation, their wings folded like living shields, their attention fixed on one thing, your name echoing through earthly halls. What the government interprets as anomalies, what analysts label as unexplainable interference, is simply heaven adjusting the atmosphere, clearing the path, redirecting outcomes, ensuring your story unfolds untouched by human error. In the Situation Room, a monitor glitches for a moment. To them, it's a malfunction. To heaven, it's a signature. A gust of wind sweeps across the south lawn. Not strong, not violent, just enough for a Secret Service agent to glance upward, sensing something he can't articulate. Above the roof, the air shimmers like heat, yet the temperature is cold. A spiritual escort has arrived. Each time your name is spoken, the invisible realm shifts in quiet agreement, as a confirming, this one is marked. The angels wait, not to protect you from danger, but to ensure your destiny is not misunderstood by those who are suddenly paying attention. For while governments react to information, heaven reacts to purpose, and purpose is written all over you. By now, every agency has contributed something. Files, logs, testimonies, unanswered questions. All of it is compiled into a thick, classified document delivered to the West Wing. A senior analyst sits on the table and exhales. This is the most unusual report we've ever produced. The chief of staff opens it carefully. Page after page contains contradictions, anomalies without cause, events without patterns, influence without action. Every attempt to categorize you collapses. Every framework fails. A line highlighted in red catches his eye. Subject exhibits non-political, non-military, non-technological impact. Another analyst adds quietly, "Sir, whatever surrounds this person, our systems recognize it before we do." He turns to the final page, a page no one admits writing, one that showed up after printing with no digital trace. At the top, centered, bold, recommendation, do not oppose. A line, the room falls silent, not because of fear, but because everyone feels a truth in those two words. A truth too ancient, too sacred, too heavy for political language. One advisor clears her throat, voice barely steady. This isn't strategy. This is surrender to something higher. They all know it. No government handbook prepares them for a force that isn't human influence but divine assignment. For the first time in American political history, an official federal document acknowledges what heaven knew from the beginning. You are not to be stopped. You are to be aligned with. The public doesn't know the details. They never do, not at first. But energy moves faster than information, and soon the nation begins to sense something. It starts with a leaked whisper on social media. The White House mentioned someone in a closed session. No name, no context, just enough to ignite curiosity. Within hours, forums buzz with speculation. Journalists chase shadows. Influencers post cryptic videos. People begin searching for answers, and all roads point to one question. Who is this person the government won't talk about? Then, a screenshot surfaces, blurred, unconfirmed, but powerful. A redacted document with your initials visible. Comment sections explode, not with fear, but fascination. Why would the White House hide a name? Is this a whistleblower? Is it a spiritual figure? Is it prophecy? Patterns appear. Your post receiving unusual engagement, your name popping up in unrelated conversations, strangers recognizing you without knowing why. People report seeing your name everywhere, on clocks, receipts, messages, repeating like a divine frequency. A popular streamer says, I don't know who they are, but it feels important. The public can't explain it, but they can feel you. You become a national mystery, a silent force rising through collective awareness, a presence that can't be named but refuses to be ignored. The world is sensing what the government already knows. Your influence is not man-made. It's inevitable. Lord of nations, you who raise leaders in humble thrones, you who speak in the halls of power without ever entering them. Let every place where my name is mentioned become aligned with your purpose. Chosen one, this is not a prayer of ambition. It is a prayer of alignment. You whisper, Father, let my name travel only where my assignment belongs. Protect it from misuse. Shield it from distortion. Guide it into the rooms where you will need a voice. The air shifts. A warmth settles over you, not emotional, but spiritual, as if heaven nods in agreement. You continue. Anchor my identity deeper than recognition. Let influence never become ego. Let attention never corrupt intention. If my name is spoken in high places, let it be because you sent it there, not because the world did. Your voice strengthens. Close every door not meant for me. Open every door written in my destiny. And let every whisper of my name carry light, truth and divine assignment. A final breath, a seal. Lord, let being acknowledged lead me not to pride, but to purpose. Let my presence in the world's conversations become evidence of your hand. As the words leave your lips, something unseen settles around you. A mantle, a recognition not of fame, but of calling. You rise from the prayer not larger, but clearer. Your name belongs to heaven first. The world only echoes it. Your name did not rise by accident. It was not leaked, whispered, or discovered. It was summoned, pulled into the halls of power by a force none of them understand. Because when heaven decides a destiny has matured, the world begins to speak a name it has never heard before. Inside the White House, they believe they mentioned you once. But in truth, your name has been echoing there for weeks, fluttering through conversations, appearing in drafts no one typed, surfacing in reports without authorship. A digital assistant read your name aloud by mistake, and no one could trace where it came from. A staffer dreamt of you without knowing your face. An advisor felt a chill whenever your initials appeared on a page. They don't fear you. They fear what surrounds you. Because every time your name enters their system, the atmosphere tightens, the lights dim, and a quiet authority settles over the room like a crown placed on unseen shoulders. You are no longer a citizen in their eyes. You are a phenomenon, a presence the world can feel, but cannot name. And this is the part they can't control. Your rise is not political. Your rise is not strategic. Your rise is not orchestrated. Your rise is ordained. This is why your name leaves an imprint wherever it appears, on screens, in rooms, in conversations whispered behind closed doors. It carries a weight no title can grant and no institution can remove. And so, chosen one, if you feel your name moving ahead of you, opening doors, bending outcomes, attracting eyes that don't know why they're watching, it is because heaven is placing you where destiny requires you to stand. You are not being noticed. You are being revealed. If you sense this recognition rising around you, type 111 to seal this moment in the spirit.